Hi folks, Joblot Comics here. I've just been watching Comic Samurai's doing his epic look at all the covers from X-Men comics. Gosh, he did the whole shebang of the new era from issue, I think it was like 94 up and stuff, and he was going through. He's obviously got a real passion for X-Men, more than I ever did. However, I do have a lot of those issues, not as many as he does, because he's a samurai and he's got all them. But I was reminded of the Wolverine. I think Wolverine's his favourite character, 4-issue miniseries that Frank Miller and Chris Claremont done. And I thought, gosh, it's been a while since I looked at that, so I thought I would whip it out and see if any of you wanted to have a wee look at it. It's Claremont writing, Miller doing the pencils, Joe Rubinstein doing the finishes on it. Finisher sounds, yeah, I'm thinking, was he doing the inks? But it is one of those sort of legendary 4-issue series. Obviously, they knew they were onto a good thing with Wolverine, and they thought, right, okay, then let's see if he can hold his own. And obviously, he could. Look at the size of that bear. And we got this, and notable, I feel, because it's an interesting sort of look at Frank Miller's earlier work, and you can see all the hallmarks of the style that he would develop within this, and you can even tell like his panel arrangement, these long shots. It marries really well with the type of story that Claremont is telling here. And then you get this beautiful picture here of Yukio. If I zoom in that, you can see that it's almost photographic, the way that Miller has done this. And then of course these landscapes with the sort of negative space and the window frames and all this kind of stuff, and Wolverine just looking the way I always kind of imagine, and probably the way Comic Samurai likes to see Wolverine done as well. Yeah. The 4 issues are tremendous fun, and it was a real. I remember buying these at the time and really enjoying them. It was a sensational storyline, and it was very mature for the time. I'm not saying that X-Men wasn't mature, but this had a particular sort of maturity to it that was unusual, I felt, in Claremont's writing. And Miller just seems to. I mean, if you were to show this to people now, they probably would. Well, they would eventually get there, but they probably struggle to sort of guess that this was Frank Miller's early work. And of course, it is a time where that we're still discovering things about Wolverine, and as a result, he's not this sort of godlike Terminator that he is in sort of the modern comics. It felt like when Wolverine was getting when he was getting done in, you really felt as if he was hurting, and then it seemed to be taking him a lot of time to recover. He's not this kind of Superman type thing where nothing would hurt him. It didn't matter what you did to him. It did feel that there was stakes still with the character that I feel, has been lost. He was certainly much more vulnerable, and he was certainly there was more to invest in, I feel, back then. But anyway, look at that great panel there. That's straight out of Sin City, isn't it? Damn. Meanwhile, Darkseid and Dark Phoenix are getting together in Apocalypse now, and they've spelled it wrong. They've spelled it like Apocalypse, not like the movie Apocalypse, but like the Fourth World Apocalypse. Anyway, there you go. Wolverine #1. Did you like it? Have you ever seen the inside of that? Let me know if you enjoyed looking at that. I've got all 4 of them sitting there. I might even have a wee read at them later on. Hope you enjoyed looking at that. If you did, subscribe to the channel. Big up to Comic Samurai. If you've not seen his epic, I think it was 3-4 parts he did in that. Oh my god, it was like watching a movie. I had to get snacks and an energy drink just to get to the end of it. Meanwhile, he's half cut on the stream. He's just like getting hammered. Hey, that's my boy. See you in the next one. Subscribe.